Bradley Jr. gets set to cross paths once again. One singular perspective reigns above all. For both men, tonight is about the ultimate validation.
I will bring back the aggressiveness and the killer instinct. I can prove it in this fight.
What is it that just keeps bothering me, man? It's the whole Pacquiao situation. I want to win, and I want the credit for it.
Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley Jr., the rematch. Next.
And why was there controversy about the decision? Well, first of all, the judges do not see CompuBox numbers nor hear CompuBox numbers, not a part of their frame of reference when they judge the fight. But fans hear them, and fans see them. And these numbers seem to say that Manny Pacquiao had won the fight as he landed 94 more punches overall, throwing 88 fewer punches, and therefore landing at a significantly higher connect percentage. In the power shot category, those were not jabs. In the power shot category, Pacquiao landed 82 more punches, threw 103 more, landed at a significantly higher percentage, 39% to 28%. And since that time, what did Pacquiao do? Both performances were in some way, in my view, a reaction to what had happened in the Bradley fight. Was he pressing too hard for a knockout against Marquez? And he got knocked down by a counter shot in the third round, but then got up and seemed to be seizing control of the fight as he won the fourth round, knocked Marquez down in the fifth round, and then was bloodying his face, touching him up in the sixth round, and by his account, thinking in his mind that he was pressing forward toward a knockout as the round progressed toward the close, but put himself in a vulnerable position to one of those thunderous right-hand counter shots by Marquez and wound up face down on the canvas, a picture that would dominate the web around the world for the following 24 hours afterward. He took almost a year off, and then in need of a get-well win, came back November 23 in Macau, China, against relatively stolid statue Brandon Rios, who didn't have the foot movement or the athletic quality to deal with the whirling dervish that Manny Pacquiao is still at age 35 capable of being. And Pacquiao was able to land more or less at will throughout the fight, but his critics point out, did not press forward, did not seek a knockout, did not show the quote killer instinct that fans believe he may not now have in the fight against Brandon Rios. Tail of the tape now for Pacquiao against Bradley. You see the 5-year age advantage for the California fighter. They're equal in height at 5'6". Pacquiao has an arm length advantage of 1 inch, measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. Bradley weighed in 1/2 pound heavier yesterday at the weigh-in, and both superbly conditioned athletes have rehydrated only 6 or so pounds overnight. Bradley will enter the ring weighing 152, Pacquiao weighing 151. It's a wash. There is no particular physical advantage to be seen in those numbers. And now here comes Manny Pacquiao. Still able to smile and grin and trade greetings with those along the way as he makes his way to the ring. Always, throughout his career, one of the most relaxed fighters we've ever seen in this moment, getting ready for a big competition.
Well, I think part of that reason, Jim, is because he has so much, he's just such a high impact guy that relaxation for normal people wouldn't seem like this. He's so high intense that his relaxation is this because of his intensity level, because of how high he goes.
Everybody
Do you want to get hot butter?
Well,
Yummy. Hand buttery.
Sounds good. You guys know what to do. This is my first time to be make sure you get it everywhere.
Yeah.
But not that. Whoa. Yeah, right. And when he pinch you, I think that will want you to in some way help his people and help the world. So in politics, he feels like he's still helping his people, helping the world, trying to do a better thing or trying to make the world a better place. So I think it helps him.
Max Kellerman, some ring critics say they see slippage. Do you see slippage in Manny Pacquiao? And if so, does it show up in any way in moments like this?
He's probably a half step slower than he was. I mean, anytime a guy looked as dynamic as Pacquiao did against De La Hoya and Hatton, that's partly greatness, partly matchmaking. When he started fighting great fighters in their primes again, Juan Manuel Marquez was a still great fighter as it turned out. Tim Bradley, a top undefeated fighter. Suddenly the going gets a little rougher.
As he enters the arena, his advantage in terms of crowd support becomes more obvious, and the grin on his face becomes more radiant.
And although I'll tell you, after mentioning the Bradley fight, don't get fooled by the decision. I actually thought that was a tremendous performance by Pacquiao. As I mentioned, a top undefeated fighter who always seems to find a way to win. To me, it looked like it was a different level of athleticism and ability in the ring that night, and that's saying something when you're fighting Tim Bradley.
It sure is, but the thing is now what's going to be the most interesting thing to see is that's the thing that makes Tim Bradley so dynamic. He can come back and make an adjustment and make up for that big disadvantage. So tonight we can see if he can make the adjustment.
So Pacquiao and Roach are in the ring. A look at the last, well, not really the last four, some recent notable fights for Manny Pacquiao. So what did Tim Bradley do after the Pacquiao fight? Well, by his own admission, he was driven to depression by the response to the Pacquiao fight and the feeling on the part of so many others that he was not, in fact, the winner. And he felt dispossessed and rejected by boxing fans. And he made a decision in his mind that if he was going to fight Ruslan Provodnikov, a career brawler with tremendous power, then he would go ahead and fight in a style that would make fans appreciate his desire for entertainment, his will to give them thrills. And it almost cost him a loss, as he was knocked down in the 12th round, and he had been knocked silly in the first round by his own admission.
I'm your celebrity friend. I'm Amy Schumer.
I've never heard of you.
But he won a close unanimous decision over Provodnikov.
Who would put out first out of these two?
How dare you? They're not getting regular old chicken fingers. They're getting
Ooh, check it out.
head into the can.
Out some advantages
Make some.
in landed punches in the last couple of rounds, in ring generalship, and one last big shot at the end that seemed somewhat to stagger Marquez, although Marquez may have had a balance problem at that moment, and ultimately it was a split decision victory for Timothy Bradley, and unlike the decision win over Pacquiao, this one was popular. Most of the boxing world agreed that Bradley had deserved to be the winner over Juan Manuel Marquez. And now here he comes, the Desert Storm. And you can never forget, in sizing up Tim Bradley, that this is a man who on May 10, 2008, had his first really big exposure, his first fight outside of his native California, halfway around the globe against Junior Witter in Nottingham, England. He had to win that fight for his career to continue on a positive path. He and his wife, Monica, had $12 in the joint checking account at the moment we got on the plane to go and fight the fight. And he won it.
The reason Tim Bradley said he felt suicidal at times after the Pacquiao decision that he got was because here's a guy who's all real. Everything he ever did in his career was real, without great backing. Had to go around the world beating guys in their hometown, getting up off the deck. So to be known as a fraud after that fight rankles him in a different way even than it would rankle a normal person. Bradley comes into this fight with something to prove, and as you pointed out, Jim, he said he's going for the knockout. The last time he came into the ring with something to prove, He fought the fight of the year against Ruslan Provodnikov, but admitted afterwards he shouldn't have fought that way.
But some say, why be talking about a knockout when you don't have a knockout puncher's identity and you have only 12 knockouts in 31 previous fights? Never discount Bradley's aim to be different. He's a different kind of guy. Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official introductions of the fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Mr. Bob Arum and Top Rank Incorporated, along with MP Promotions, are proud to present the rematch. The rematch the world has been waiting for. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Tecate con Carácter, PlayStation 4, Greatness Awaits, Smart Communications of the Philippines. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Francisco Aguilar, WBO President Francisco Paco Barcarcel, Supervisor in attendance Jose Izquierdo. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout, Craig Metcalf, Michael Pernick, and Glenn Trowbridge. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Kenny Bayless. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, with his head trainer Freddie Roach wearing white with blue, officially weighing in at 145 pounds. His professional record, 55 victories, including 38 knockouts, with 5 defeats and 2 draws. In 8 weight divisions, he's captured 8 world titles. From Sarangani Province, the challenger, the fighting pride of the Philippines, 8-time world champion, Manny Pacquiao. And fighting out of the blue corner, the red corner, with his head trainer, Joel Diaz, wearing combat camouflage and officially weighing in at 145 1/2 pounds. A perfect professional record consisting of 31 fights, 31 victories with 12 knockouts. From Palm Springs, California, USA, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world, Timothy Desert Storm Bradley.
Okay, fellas, trunks are good on both sides. We went over the rules in the dressing room. I'm going to protect you, but you have to protect yourself at all times and keep this fight clean at all times. And remember what I say, you must obey. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
Bradley told Pacquiao, you don't have it anymore, Manny. Manny Pacquiao said, we'll see you in the ring. Bradley told Pacquiao, I'm going to knock you out. Pacquiao said, we'll see you in the ring. Here they are in the ring.
Round 1 begins. Is it round 1 of a new fight or round 13 of the first one? Body shot by Pacquiao. Body shot by Bradley. first two meaningful punches of the fight. Uppercut by Bradley, just a tiny bit short. Bradley blocking Pacquiao's jab with his glove. Both fighters fighting at a safe distance so far.
Both fighters doing a lot of countering right now, trying to hunt for that big shot.
Bradley looks to me early more confident than he did in their first fight, when he didn't know really what to expect from Pacquiao. He never gauged his speed or power. He looks like a more confident, relaxed fighter in this first round.
Yeah, that was the first big right hand I think that Bradley really hit Pacquiao with in the 13 rounds that they've shared. He hit Pacquiao with a good left right hand, and it prompted a smile from Pacquiao.
Well, it's virtually the only meaningful punch so far. They both landed body shots in the first minute. The second minute has been mostly a festival of blocked punches, as both are defending very well.
But in their first fight already in the first round, when Pacquiao would land even a partially blocked punch, it would move Bradley differently than when Bradley hit Pacquiao, and here that's not the case.
No, I haven't seen Pacquiao get close enough to do that kind of thing yet. He's fighting at a greater distance tonight than was the case in round one of the first fight, or so it appears to me. Finally, Pacquiao comes forward and tries to land something upstairs. Right hand by Bradley.
Pacquiao looks like he's already been marked on his right cheek.
Bradley throwing a much stronger right hand in this fight.
Might want to pay attention at home to who you think is winning these rounds. I think Bradley's winning this
Another
one.
good combination by Bradley. Pacquiao trying to come back with a left hand. And if either fighter got over in round one, it would appear to have been Timothy Bradley.
Masyadong mabagal ang kalaban. Kitang-kita mga suntok, ha?
Okay, you're rolling your jaws. Keep back in and out, side to side. All right?
Okay. Slow him down. Okay, that's how you take his speed away.
Keep the defense high.
Okay.
And keep the chin down.
When you
Here you see the tables turn already. Bradley countered Pacquiao's jab in the first round this time with a straight right hand, whereas in the first fight, Pacquiao countered Bradley's jab at about that same time in the first round and made Bradley change the way he jabbed all night.
That was the best punch in the round. CompuBox saw it as pretty much an even round. Pacquiao 7 out of 44. Bradley 7 out of 41. Bradley with a slight advantage in connected power punches. 6-5. Bradley gets off to an earlier start in round two.
I thought he won it clean.
Good hook by Pacquiao. And what Bradley has done already this fight that he didn't do the first time was he showed Pacquiao already that he has the power to knock him out.
With one right hand?
Yes, with one right hand. When you see Pacquiao smiles, when you saw Pacquiao smile at that right hand, that let you know that he felt it.
Well, Bradley literally drew first blood with that right hand. Little bit of it, but blood nonetheless.
Pacquiao slightly more aggressive now in round two. Placing his feet closer to Bradley's. Coming forward, looking for an opportunity. Pacquiao lands a left hand there.
And I'm like Max, because Bradley's standing a little lower, we have to be really careful of a headbutt here.
Good hard left hand by Pacquiao.
That hurt Bradley, his leg lock.
Drives him back. Pacquiao now looking to follow up. Hard right hand by Bradley. Momentarily stops the Pacquiao rush. Another left hand by Pacquiao. And another. Just missed with a hook. Bradley trying to land a couple of body punches.
We saw Bradley survive hell in the second round against Provodnikov, but the difference is Pacquiao can throw 20 punches before most guys can respond.
Now Bradley's coming back. He lands a hard right hand of his own. We got a firefight in round number 2. Both guys have landed hard shots. Bradley skirmishing with Pacquiao, going after him the same way he went after Ruslan Provodnikov when Provodnikov landed hard shots on him.
But the thing that he knows in the back of his mind is that Marquez got Bradley like this, and this is what he's banking on.
You mean he got Pacquiao like that?
I mean, he got Pacquiao like that, yes.
Exactly.
And that's what Bradley's banking on.
Right.
He's hoping that Pacquiao comes
get
at him.
Pacquiao to overcommit.
Exactly.
I think he also believes that Pacquiao no longer has the same level of commitment that he once did, that Bradley now does. And in this kind of fight, Bradley in his prime is going to be too much for Pacquiao. I think that's what Bradley believes.
Bradley lands a right, then misses all the way over the top of Pacquiao's head.
Step back, fellas.
10 seconds to go in the round. Early part of the round belonged to Pacquiao. Bradley has come back well.
Getting stupid in the ring.
I'm just trying to get back.
Huh? Okay, when you want to get him back, you better be fucking smart. Okay, because he's shooting the left hand. Okay, stay fucking smart. Make him miss. Here, where's the mouthpiece?
Stay up on him, Tim.
Stay smart, dude. Keep the same pace you were doing in the first round. Make him miss. Make him fall short, Tim. Come on, make him fall short and make him pay.
He can see Pacquiao line that jab up and throw a beautiful straight left hand down the pipe. Bradley tried to react to it, but he reacted a little late, and his punch, Pacquiao's punch got to the target before Pacquiao's right glove could stop the punch. Best punch of the fight for Pacquiao, best punch for both fighters. That punch knocked him off balance.
Miguel Cotto at ringside, enjoying the action in rounds 1 and 2. Another close round in CompuBox numbers. Pacquiao 15 out of 41. Bradley 11 out of 55. Pacquiao with a 12-11 edge in power shots landed, and he landed the biggest shot of the round, that one left hand.
And I think, like the first round, a decisive round, this time for Pacquiao, based on the fact that he appeared to hurt Bradley with a left hand.
And Harold Letterman agrees with you so far, Max. Pacquiao lands another 1-2. Right jab, left cross. Bradley gets in a left-hand body shot after Pacquiao tries to pin him against the ropes. Crowd oohing and awing as Pacquiao lands a left-hand shot, throwing fluidly, landing a 1-2 there, and another left there.
And Tim Bradley's just trying to make Pacquiao work, so he's trying to hit Pacquiao with one big shot, which is very smart on his part.
While Bradley played some good defense there, he also absorbed at least 2 real shots in that flurry without responding, though here he's starting to do some work.
Yeah, but he's trying to wear Pacquiao down, get Pacquiao to a slugfest where he knows he has a chance to knock him out if he can.
Bradley doing a lot of blue-collar work there against the ropes, pounding away to Pacquiao's ribcage and his arms.
This is Bradley's fight right here.
Pacquiao landing and ducking effectively there. Landing a left again. Good left hand inside for Pacquiao, and another one.
This is the fight that Bradley wants, though.
Good body shot by Bradley.
Oh, the leverage that these two are getting on these punches right now.
Big shots. Hard right hand by Bradley. Pacquiao's had a big round with the left hand. Bradley's trying to even it up to the body.
And Bradley meant exactly what he said by saying he's going to try to knock Pacquiao out. Because he's trying his hardest. good shot by Pacquiao.
Well, Bradley's doing what George Foreman used to warn against, following a puncher.
He don't care. At this point, Bradley could care less. He's just trying to get him one shot.
I'm wondering if Bradley won't give away some rounds with that strategy.
He don't care about giving away rounds.
He thinks he's going to score a knockout win.
Exactly. See how he banging to the body? That's all he wants.
Just play around.
Okay lang yung fake. Okay lang yung
It's okay to fake.
Okay, perfect. Let's go. Okay.
When he fucking comes swinging punches at you. Got this? Come on, Tim. Let's get this shit going. Let's go. You good?
Take a look at the histrionics of Manny Pacquiao's mother during that round. Look at what Manny Pacquiao's mother goes through just in the course of a few seconds during that kind of combat. Imagine that this is the case for the entire 12 rounds, if in fact it turns out to be that kind of a fight.
It won't go that long, Jim.
And his wife, Jinky, is not here tonight. Normally, Jinky Pacquiao is a very visible figure at ringside, and we show her to you. But tonight, she is back in the Philippines, expecting any minute their fifth child. CompuBox numbers in the third round: Pacquiao 24 of 68, Bradley 17 of 62. 22 of Pacquiao's landed punches were power shots. Harold, how do you have it through three?
I've got it 2 rounds to 1, 29-28. Manny Pacquiao. I got Timothy Bradley in the first round, but in rounds 2 and 3, Manny Pacquiao landed that left hand. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, Jim, the problem in this fight is you can't knock out Timothy Bradley. The guy got a jaw like iron. I would try to hit him with the stool, I swear to God. Terrific shots landed by Pacquiao in rounds 2 and 3 to win those rounds. But it's a great fight. 2-1, Manny Pacquiao.
I agree with body shot on the belt line.
I agree with Harold's score. It's not just Tim's chin, though. He's been on the deck before. It's that he gets up. It's that no matter how bad trouble he's been in his career in the past, and he has been in several spots, he miraculously fights through because of his conditioning and his will to win.
I don't like how Pacquiao's not reacting to Tim's body shots. He's allowing Tim to just land the body shots clean, and that's going to hurt him down the line, I think.
Tim is selling out on those body shots.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
bringing everything with him.
Too much into him, and Pacquiao is allowing him to do that.
Well, because Pacquiao is focused on offense upstairs.
Yeah, but he needs to go to Tim's body as well if he's going to do that.
Good right hook by Pacquiao. Momentarily stopped Bradley. And Bradley with the right hand momentarily lifted Pacquiao off his feet. Both guys landing big shots again.
Best punch of the fight for Bradley, I think.
Another right hand lands for Bradley there.
Pacquiao is one of the all-time great knockout artists. Bradley has never knocked out a world-class fighter, and it's Bradley who's gunning for it here.
Good body shot by Pacquiao.
Now Pacquiao goes to the body. Chasing and chasing, finally makes that right hand count.
And he did something earlier in this round that he hasn't done thus far with Pacquiao, which is, I think, momentarily shake him up.
Oh, good shot.
Another good right hand shot by Bradley to the body.
I think Pacquiao now knows that Bradley, for the first time, can hurt him. I think he hurt him briefly with a right hand earlier in the round.
I agree. Never seen Tim Bradley try to put so much power on every punch as has been the case so far. There's Monica Bradley, now the manager of Timothy Bradley, in addition to being his wife. Since the last fight against Juan Manuel Marquez, Bradley removed his manager Cameron Duncan and anointed Monica for that role.
Not much, dude. All you have to do is fucking just walk him down with your defense up, keep moving, and catch him on the way in, dude. He's fucking fading. He's fading, kid. Let's go, baby. Talk to me.
You wonder how physically strong Tim is? He picks Pacquiao completely off the ground with his overhand right. Watch Pacquiao's feet. Both feet right here are off the ground, suspended in midair with one overhand right. I don't think nobody expected that Timothy Bradley would come to a fight and punch this hard.
Once again, I've never seen him sell out for power so much on every shot. CompuBox numbers through 4 rounds. Pacquiao 59 of 195. Bradley 47 of 211. Pacquiao carving out small advantages in power punches landed and in overall connects.
Well, if the strategy doesn't backfire, then this is truly a fighter in his prime in Tim Bradley, who for the first time is not only combining the determination and the conditioning and boxing skills, but combining that using his physical strength to generate punching power, which he hasn't showed in his career to this point.
Bradley got himself out of position against the ropes. Pacquiao was able to excite the crowd momentarily with a left hand. They trade a left and a right.
What else we have to remember here is that Pacquiao has had a lot of battles, but not many battles that he had where he had to sustain this high of intent the whole round. Bradley's making him fight full intent the whole 3 minutes of every round. That's taking a lot out of Pacquiao as well.
Well, he did it as a lighter division fighter against Morales and
but they
Marquez at that time.
Yeah, they weren't quite as physically strong as Timothy Bradley, though.
Tim Bradley told us that throughout training camp, he often sparred 10-minute rounds with 30 seconds rest between the 10-minute rounds, trying to keep the intensity up all the way. Partially, that's because one thing for which Pacquiao was criticized in the first fight was coasting through the first 2 minutes of several rounds and trying to load up the damage into the last minute of the round to buy the round from the judges. And many say, well, that's one of the ways that he lost the fight, that the judges didn't fall for that. Tonight, Pacquiao appears to be trying to fight more intensely throughout all 3 minutes, but Bradley is even more intense.
We might be looking at one of those swing rounds that can determine a fight, guys, if this goes the distance. I think 1 and 4 were Bradley, 2 and 3 were Pacquiao. Who's winning this round? And there's a minute left in it still.
Up for grabs. Up for grabs.
Oh, another good shot.
Right hand by Bradley.
Another good hook by Bradley.
And those shots may have negated some of the good work that Pacquiao did in the middle of this round.
That punch blocked by Pacquiao. Bradley, often the aggressor here, giving Pacquiao some chances to counter. This minute has turned quiet in a round that does not yet seem decided. Now, who will try to steal it in the last 15 seconds? Pacquiao unloads a combination. Pacquiao driving Bradley back with the jab. Pacquiao lands a left. Pacquiao might have stolen the round.
I don't know if he did enough. That round may be split on the judges' scorecards.
He got hurt. He got hurt. Hand down.
Wake up! Tim, you're dominating this. That fight. You can't do shit. He's already frustrated, Tim. Come on, dude. Okay. Always fucking eight.
Jack Nicholson enjoying the action. A birthday coming up in 10 days. Happy birthday, Jack. Turning to talk to his daughter, Lorraine, seated next to him on the right shoulder. CompuBox numbers in round 5. Pacquiao 14 out of 42. Bradley 11 out of 46. Pacquiao 9 to 8 power advantage. Those numbers squaring with most of the numbers we've seen so far in this fight. Harold Edelman gave the 5th round to Bradley.
Bradley did land the more obvious big clean shots with about a minute to go in the last round.
Then Pacquiao tried to steal it at the end.
Pacquiao needs to do something impactful here now because Bradley seems to have caught a second win. Good combination by Pacquiao.
Bradley switched up southpaw and tried to run Pacquiao into a left hand from the power position just then.
Bradley is throwing high and keeping Pacquiao's hands at homes. Pacquiao's doing a pretty good job of blocking the punches. There he lands the left cross across the top.
Keep in mind that Pacquiao, before it was known as being Pacquiao because of what happened to him against Marquez, you could say it was known as being Pacquiao for what he did to Ricky Hatton. He has demonstrated that one-punch ability in the past.
And now Timothy Bradley slowed down a little bit, so now Pacquiao can get back into his normal rhythm.
Little left hook lands for Bradley. No big shots so far in this round. Pacquiao a little bit more defensive in this round, blocking another shot there.
You'd like to see Pacquiao throw a few more body shots.
Already it's such a different fight from their first fight. Even in the second half of the fight where Bradley had greater success than he did in the first half, he neutralized Pacquiao, maybe without really actually winning that many rounds in most people's minds. Here, it's just a different kind of fight.
Bradley cornered, ducking away. Pacquiao throwing all the punches.
Barely landing, though.
Not many landing, though. Bradley trying to motion Pacquiao in and set him up for a counter, and the round comes to a close.
Will take care of that. He'll be saying he touched you with every punch. He didn't even touch you. Hey, you're losing your rhythm. What the fuck is wrong? Huh? Okay, it doesn't matter. You gotta, hey, we'll go home. You wanna go home? We'll fucking go home right now. Okay.
Stay true to your technique.
Go.
He doesn't have enough to finish.
All you have to do, Tim, is don't let him sit up, dude. Frustrate his ass.
Reason to go toe to toe. Don't exchange punches.
Here, when he's on the ropes like that, you have to change him first. Change him first, okay? You have to.
Round box numbers in the 6th. Pacquiao 12 out of 53. Bradley 8 out of 50. Pacquiao with a 10-8 power advantage. Again, those numbers very much in line with what we've seen so far through the fight. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim. I got it 3 rounds apiece. 57-57, I got it even. That's funny. Timothy Bradley's got that thudding Marvin Hagler-like power. He comes in with really hard power shots, and he does damage when he lands. On the other hand, Pacquiao really hasn't been turning Bradley the way he turned him in the first round, in my estimation. More standing in front of him and less angles. You know, you remember where he used to go back to the right, then he would go back to the left, then he would go back to the right. Each time he'd be scoring straight left hands. He's not doing that as much. He's really not turning them. 3-3, all even.
I agree with Harold, although I thought the 5th round was close. You know, look at these two fighters' feet. They're both flat-footed. It's a flat-footed fight. It's not a Pacquiao up on his toes, bouncing all around as he normally does.
Oh, good shot.
Excellent left-hand shot by Pacquiao. Backed Bradley out of it.
These guys are loading up.
Well, Freddie Roach has preached throughout the camp that he wants to see a knockout or at least some physical damage. Bradley talked knockout all day yesterday, So why wouldn't they be flat-footed?
Oh. Both landing big shots.
In this round, previous 2 rounds were more tactical. This is more like what we saw in rounds 1 and 2. Good body shot by Bradley. And another good body shot by Bradley. Pacquiao getting the advantage upstairs. Bradley hammering into the ribcage.
Wonderful body shots by Bradley.
Watch the head.
What you see in Tim Bradley here, unlike Pacquiao, who's always seemed to be a force of nature, Bradley looks like he's trying to become a self-made great fighter. Like he's trying to will himself to greatness.
Fighting like a man possessed. Pacquiao landed a 1-2. Gets in a left hand there. Backs Bradley up. Goes to the flurry again.
Good combination by Pacquiao.
Pacquiao fighting more confidently now in round number 7. Backs Bradley into the ropes again. Now Bradley counters hard with the right hand. Pacquiao steps back up.
Pacquiao went for the home run then, though.
They both did, and they both missed.
Bradley's trying to pull the Marquez on Pacquiao, have him come in to set him up for the big shot.
Oh, that was.
By Pacquiao. Thunderous shot there.
Oh, that was good.
It's backfired so far this round. It's a big round for Pacquiao.
He won the round. And the crowd stands up.
You are, baby. You are. You're doing good. Don't lose that, Tim. Tim, please. Don't lose that shit. Don't lose the rhythm, Tim. Hey, you're doing good, and then all of a sudden you fucking lose your rhythm. Why? Tim, we're coming into the 8th round, baby.
Drink a little bit.
Put your hands down. Rub their chest.
He see Pacquiao going for the gusto here. He thought he was hurt. He threw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 punches in the concession trying to get him out of there.
And they were landing. A lot of them were landing.
And right before the bell, they came back. And once again, landed a beautiful overhand left on a hook. And Tim countered with an overhand right to the back of the head.
And now we're into round 8 of a schedule 12. Pacquiao was 26 out of 75 in round 7, 14 of 56 for Bradley. Pacquiao building connect advantages now in both the power punch and overall categories, just as he did in their first fight. Harold Letterman has Pacquiao ahead by 1 point. The 5th round was a swing round. So if a scorer gave Pacquiao the 5th round, he might be up on that scorecard 5-2 instead of 4-3. Assuming that all other rounds were scored the same way, and some of them don't seem difficult to score.
Like the last one.
Solid combination by Pacquiao. Bradley drops his hands.
Bradley seems to have better success when he's slowly coming forward inexorably and imposing his physical strength and youth on Pacquiao and determination. When he tries to set Pacquiao up, maybe he feels like he has chances, but that's when Pacquiao does his best work.
Yeah, when he waits on Pacquiao, Pacquiao really lands his biggest punches.
Jab lands to Pacquiao. Gets in another left hand. Bradley misses with the left hook. Jab lands to Pacquiao. Bradley clowning a little bit, mugging there, trying to pretend that Pacquiao may have wobbled in a little bit, trying to set Pacquiao up again.
even though they were trading rounds early in the fight, it seemed to me that Bradley was having his way. And something's changed in the last couple rounds where Pacquiao now seems to be having his way.
This is a pro-Pacquiao crowd. They didn't like the notion that Bradley might have hit following a referee's instruction there. Good left hook by Bradley upstairs. Best punch in a while for him. 10 seconds to go in the 8th round. The 8th round ends with Pacquiao trying to corner Bradley. Relatively close round compared to the one before.
What did Bradley do to win it? He's got to win these rounds.
He's tired. Dictate the fight.
Stronger, better, and way faster. Pushing back. Okay.
All you have to do is stay a little busy, okay? Wake the fuck up. Let's go. Hey, we're fighters, Tim. Okay? Yeah.
These are championship rounds,
We're not fucking, we're not cowards, baby. Hey, Tim, we're fighters. No fucking cowards in this business. Got this? Yeah. Okay. Show me you got the control of this guy. Okay. Dude, he can't do shit to you no more. Stay fucking smart. That's all you need to do. And bite him in.
I don't think Joel Diaz is happy with where Tim Bradley is at this very moment. CompuBox numbers through 8. Pacquiao 119 out of 391. Bradley throwing more, 407, but landing only 91. Pacquiao landing 20 more power shots by CompuBox count to this point in the fight.
Feels like Bradley, there he is, has to come up with something in this round maybe to change the course of the fight. At least get busier.
Pacquiao lands a little jab, lands the left hand there. Bradley just short with the left hook. Now he lands the right hand.
Bradley already doing some better work in this round.
Yeah, his range is giving Pacquiao a hard time. Pacquiao is either too close to him or too far away from him to do any damage.
I think that was more a wrestle move than a wobble from the punch. That one was a wobble from the punch. Now Pacquiao comes after it.
And the way his legs are flailing, that's how he hurt his feet in the first fight. Bradley.
Bradley's been off balance twice in the round. Only the second one, I believe, was from the impact of the punch. But Pacquiao believes he may have him going.
Well, his legs don't look great to me right now,
and I don't understand why Pacquiao won't go to the body slam.
Good right hook by Pacquiao. Another good right hook by Pacquiao. Another jab by Pacquiao. Now he unleashes the left hand. Bradley trying to counter off the rope. Pacquiao outworking it. Outworking him again. Bradley keeps looking to hit home runs. Pacquiao is content to hit doubles.
That's all Bradley planning to do is just what he said. He's trying to go for the home run.
And because he's not used to hitting home runs, he's actually throwing some arm punches and big.
Pacquiao just has to stay smart and make sure he doesn't get caught with one of those bombs.
He is controlling this round and seemingly gaining momentum still in the fight. Good jab by Bradley.
Yes, it was.
I think he should box. I believe the knockout strategy is operating against him.
That was conventional wisdom heading into this fight. It's early, it looked like, no, maybe Bradley was right, but last several rounds, 3-4 rounds.
Swinging big for knockouts is not customarily Bradley's game. Focusing on distance, counterpunching, being precise, using his jab, that has been Bradley's game. Tonight, he seemed to want to hurt Manny Pacquiao with every shot. And right now, it's not working for him.
Hey, stop the bullshit, Tim. Stop fucking playing, dude. Here, coach. Tim. Okay. Okay. Every time you move back, you got that pain, right? Okay, let's apply fucking pressure, okay? Let's fucking win rounds, dude. Hey, the fight, right now, it's even. It's close, fucking.
Get your defenses up. The jab will win your fight.
Easy the guys get tangled up. Pacquiao missed a shot, Tim missed a shot, but Pacquiao's back leg hit Tim's back leg and it knocked Tim off balance. You see it from this angle, watch Pacquiao's back leg right there, hit Tim's front leg and knocked him off balance.
Yep. Pacquiao was landing a little left hand there, but it wasn't the reason for Bradley to be off balance. Power punches in round 8. Pacquiao 14 out of 24. Bradley 10 out of 24. Pacquiao with an overall connect advantage in the Bradley to be off balance. Round 10 of the schedule 12. You heard Joel Diaz tell Bradley the fight is even at this point. Not on Harold Letterman's scorecard. Harold, how do you have it?
I got an 87, 84, 6 rounds to 3, Manny Pacquiao. Jim, in my estimation, he's won 4 rounds in a row. Now watch this, it's very interesting. He bounces up bounces up and down once or twice, okay? Gives him a feint, then he comes forward, and Bradley always backs up. And, I can't see a big power puncher backing up. It's just, it's unreal. Bradley was coming forward all the time in the early rounds, and now he's backing up. You see how he's backing up? Pacquiao feints him, and he backs up, and Manny whacks him. 6-3, Pacquiao.
Right hand lands for Pacquiao.
Good hook over the top of the jab.
It just feels with these two that Pacquiao is the more talented, and so Bradley has to work harder to tread water. And that takes a toll on him psychologically. He takes his foot off the pedal sometimes because he has to floor it in order to stay even with Pacquiao.
And that's a very true assessment, Max. But he did make the adjustment from the last fight, because last fight he completely got outclassed.
And Max, when you say Pacquiao is more talented than Bradley, are you talking hand skills or hand speed?
He's the more physically talented fighter. I think he's faster with his hands and feet, though Bradley's quick. He has more punching power.
And he's making Bradley miss and countering beautifully in this round.
And he threw a good 4-punch combination on the counter that time.
And at this point, it looks like Bradley's going to have to run him into something to change this fight.
Good left hand and uppercut by Pacquiao. Another good Pacquiao combination. Bradley swinging big, not landing enough.
Meantime, give some credit to Pacquiao. He's been focusing on Bradley with a next-level determined kind of guy in Bradley, a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter. Pacquiao supposedly a guy who doesn't have it anymore, and Bradley in his prime gunning for him, and at the moment, getting outclassed.
Yeah, Pacquiao's a guy that knows how and when to turn it on and how and when to turn it off.
Combinations for Pacquiao. Bradley swinging big again with the right hand. More and more, Tim Bradley seems to be trying to turn this around with one big shot. Pacquiao is letting it flow and landing combinations. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Speculation that later this summer he might fight Gennady Golovkin. What a matchup that could be.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Move side by side.
Conditioning is great, dude. Open up those fucking lungs, and we're gonna win these 2 rounds, baby. Okay, the fight is real close right now.
We have to score and get out. All right, making this, okay? Yeah, it works. Yeah, it works.
Here you see Pacquiao land a beautiful left hand right down the pipe on Timothy Bradley as Timothy Bradley was moving back. But later in the round, you see Timothy Bradley bounce back and counter that jab with a straight right hand right down the pipe on Pacquiao.
Best punch of the round.
He's taking just as good as he's getting.
But that was only one of 12 CompuBox counted punches that Bradley landed in that round, whereas Pacquiao, according to CompuBox, had a brilliant round, 26 out of 46 and landed twice as many power shots in the round as did Tim Bradley. So at least by CompuBox count, Pacquiao is having his way against Bradley, but that was the case in the first fight as well.
We thought.
And by the way, if Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard is correct, we're already into the stage of the fight where Bradley would need knockdowns or maybe a knockout to win it. But of course, we all know that Harold's scorecard in no way resembled what the official judges produced at the first fight.
Bradley's got a knot, it looks like, over his left eye.
And Pacquiao just finally landed a good straight left to the body.
After not having thrown to the body all that much. I can't for the life of me understand why Tim Bradley isn't trying to be more busy than this at this stage of the fight.
He's pretty tired, Jim. He put out some big punches throughout this whole fight, which is something that's very uncharacteristic of him.
When you swing big like that and you miss, it tires you out more, right?
It takes 5 times the energy to miss a big shot than it does to land a small one.
Bradley's pot-shotting pretty well this round. Meaning tagging Pacquiao with single punches from the outside.
Yeah, but will it be enough to win him around?
Oh, good shot.
Good hard right hand by Tim Bradley. Over the top of Pacquiao's left. Pacquiao got a little lazy with the left hand there and allowed Bradley to hit him with the right. But as Harold Letterman pointed out, Bradley keeps backing up, backing up, backing up. Pacquiao fakes, Bradley backs up. Left hand landed for Bradley. Pacquiao blocking the others with his gloves and lands a big shot. Another left hand down the middle. Nobody ever talks about Manny Pacquiao as a defender, Roy Jones, but what he does to block punches with his gloves is very impressive today.
He has an awesome defensive stance. Very good reflexes, very good head movement, and wonderful hand-eye coordination.
You're looking to give Bradley a round in the last punch. I suppose this is your best shot to do it. I don't know that he won it. I don't know that he lost it either.
But that was the 11th round. There are only 3 minutes left to go in the fight. Feels like it's going by in 5 minutes.
Last round. In and out. What happened? Final round. Last round. Okay,
last round. Go in and out.
Don't follow him. Don't want Okay, apply pressure, but smart pressure. We need this fucking round. Okay, so we gotta risk it, baby. Okay, but don't get dumb in this thing. Go. Last fucking round. When you go forward, throw punches, make them miss, and come back to counter. Last fucking round. Go.
CompuBox numbers entering the final round. Pacquiao 175 out of 512. Bradley 130 out of 557. So Pacquiao has landed 45 more shots than Bradley, according to CompuBox coming to the last round. Power advantage, 131 to 98 for Pacquiao. Obviously, he had the CompuBox numbers advantage in a big way in the first fight as well. Harold Letterman did give the 11th round to Timothy Bradley, breaking a 5-round streak for Pacquiao on the Letterman scorecard. That is unofficial.
Bradley gave an unsteady feeling in the last round, but when you actually think about who was landing the punches, it was Bradley, ones and an occasional 1-2.
Pacquiao coming out a little bit more aggressively now to start the 12th. Big left hand by Pacquiao turned Bradley's head. Pacquiao lands a right
Bradley badly hurt from that shot still.
And Pacquiao doing a good job of jumping in and getting out before Tim can counter him.
Bradley started to throw a right hand. It looked like he was in slow motion after Pacquiao landed his left.
In case you're wondering, Tim Bradley's never had a knockout past the 8th round. Another good left hand for Pacquiao. Counter shot by Bradley. Pacquiao jabbing Bradley back. Lands the straight left again. More blocking of shots by Pacquiao with his gloves.
One of the best at catching punches with his gloves.
Pacquiao making Bradley miss and landing inside. Now we've got a minute to go.
Bradley needs something huge here. Pacquiao's the one who's hurt him in this round.
Bradley a little too long with the right hand shot. Now he lands one.
Stop. All right, guys, here we go.
The first fight was good. This fight has been even better. More violent, more intense. A headbutt, and Pacquiao has blood on his cheek.
Is that an accidental headbutt?
First headbutt of the fight.
Luckily, with 12 seconds to go in the last round.
Time in.
In the last round, Monica Bradley left ringside to go and watch the finish of the fight in the fighters' quarters. It does get intense, doesn't it, Monica? And there's the damage from the accidental headbutt that took place in the last minute of the fight. And now Bradley is headed across the ring. Let's see if he actually makes contact with Manny Pacquiao. There's Pacquiao's mother. The intensity of her experience, and there it is. Harold, what's your final scorecard?
Okay, Jim, I get a 116, 112, 8 rounds to 4, Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Jim, I thought he won it by backing up Timothy Bradley, in rounds 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. He just took over the fight. Bradley came back in the last 2 rounds, did a little bit, but certainly not enough to catch up. 8-4, Manny Pacquiao.
And we ask you at 1 who you think won the fight at home, and there it is. 97% of you acknowledging your expectation that Manny Pacquiao has won this fight. 3% choosing Timothy Bradley. Roy Jones, what's your sense of the validity of Harold Letterman's score?
I think it's pretty close.
Okay.
The fight could have been a little closer than that, but I still think Pacquiao pulled it out again, like I thought the first time.
Harold, who are the 3 judges who scored it officially?
Okay, Jim. As I said before, Craig Metcalf from Canada, fabulous judge. I really like him a lot. Michael Pernick from Florida, one of the best, inducted into the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. And Nevada's Glenn Trowbridge.
It was a dramatic moment last time. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. Craig Metcalf and Michael Pernick score it 116 to 112. Glenn Trowbridge 118 to 110. All 3 judges have it for the winner by unanimous decision from Sarangani Province, Philippines. The new WBO welterweight champion of the world, Manny
So when and where will the third fight take place?
I hope not too long from now. And where it takes place, I don't care. I just want to be there.
How about next week? They're both in pretty good shape.
No, we got to let that cut heal over Pac-Man's eye.
That's a great point. A positive benedictory moment for the two warriors who've said so much about each other. And now Pacquiao's mother with an exchange with Timothy Bradley. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The brotherhood of boxing. Final CompuBox numbers. And by smaller margins than was the case last time, once again, Pacquiao will show the advantages in CompuBox numbers. Landing 57 more punches. Throwing 64 fewer punches. Landing at a significantly higher percentage once again. It was 35-19 last time. It was 35-22 this time. Power punches. Pacquiao landing 43% of them. Bradley, 32%. Pacquiao landing 39 more and throwing 4 more. Punch zone shows you where the punches landed. Look at the difference in body shots. As Timothy Bradley landed 43 body shots throughout the fight, Pacquiao only 22. But upstairs, it was far different. As Bradley was able to land 98 punches to Pacquiao's head, most of them in the first half of the fight. And Pacquiao landed 176 punches to Bradley's head, many of them in the second half of the fight. Let's go to Max Kellerman now with both combatants.
Manny, congratulations on a very impressive performance. Tim said he was going to come out and try to knock you out. Yep. And he did try to knock you out. What were you thinking early in the fight?
Yes, you know, he threw a lot of punches and he threw a counter punch like a wild hook, left and right. And you know, I got hit one time and then I said, you know, it's not good to be careless because, you know.
About halfway through the fight, it looked like he was fighting on much more even terms with you than in the first fight, and then something seemed to change. What changed as the fight progressed?
Big changes. You know, he's better a lot than compared to the first one. You know, he's very tough, and you know, it's good. It's good fight. He gave me a good fight. It's not that easy.
Did he hurt you at any point? You mentioned a wild left-right hand. Did it hurt you early?
He hit me here.
And what did you do to change the kind of fight it was?
Well, I listened to my corner, hands up, and don't, you know, timing, use the pain.
Manny, for a guy who's supposed to be on his way down, you just beat a top-notch fighter in his prime who came out looking for blood early. What's next for you?
I don't know. It depends on my promoter, Bob Aron. But I'm very happy today because tonight because the victory is ours. So I'm really thankful to God. I came here not to fight, not my own, but I came here to fight in Jesus' mighty name.
Congratulations, Manny. Tim.
Hey.
You said you were going to try and knock him out, and you came out like you meant it.
I tried, man. You know, first of all, I want to thank God for allowing me to get in this ring and do what I do, man, and come out safely, and Manny as well. I want to thank all the fans that came out from Coachella Valley. Thank you for coming out and supporting me, man. I really appreciate it. And all the fans that came out and supported us tonight, we really appreciate it. Hey, Manny, you can't say nothing against Manny, man. He's a great fighter, tremendous fighter, man. He's the best in the world, 8-division world champion, man. I lost to one of the best fighters in the world.
Tim, when the fight began, you were having your way as the aggressor, it seemed, early, which seemed suicidal at first, but it was working. And then at some point, you started looking like you were trying to set him up for a big shot, and the fight changed. Why did you do that?
Well, you know, no excuses whatsoever, guys. No excuses. Manny did his thing, but I suffered a leg injury on my right foot, my calf. I suffered an injury. I think I pulled my calf muscle. I know everybody gonna boo it. I don't care, man, but I'm being honest. But, you know, it enabled me to...
Were you wearing socks this time?
Yeah, man, look at my socks, baby. I got socks on. Yeah, but you know what? Manny fought his heart out, man. He had a great strategy. I tipped my hat off to his whole corner and Freddie Roach and his whole team. And you know what? Hey, I lost to one of the best fighters in the world.
Tim, thanks for a terrific performance. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Max Kellerman. 24 pretty doggone good rounds so far, right? It isn't exactly Gatti Ward, but I think you can see what's coming. Number one, there's going to be a third fight somewhere, sometime. It's almost inevitable after what's happened in these first two fights. Number two, when all is said and done after those three fights, barring some unusual circumstance between here and the end of fight number three, they're going to be friends, just like Gatti and Ward. It's very clear. Two very noble warriors gave the best they had tonight. Tonight, the judges saw Pacquiao the winner. That appears valid to us, and certainly within the context of the CompuBox numbers. And again, regardless of whether one of them goes and fights Juan Manuel Marquez or some other welterweight, the fact of the matter is we're probably going to see them in the ring again, and who wouldn't look forward to it after what we've seen the first two times? Let's look ahead to some upcoming programming on HBO and HBO pay-per-view. May 17, live on HBO. Future Hall of Famer Juan Manuel Marquez takes on Mike Alvarado. May 31, live from London, George Groves looks to avenge his hotly disputed loss to Carl Froch. Also from Macau, China, it's Nonito Donaire against Simpiwe Villeta. Later that night, tune in for the premiere of the two-part series 24/7, Miguel Cotto, Sergio Martinez, which leads up to their highly anticipated mega fight, June 7, live from Madison Square Garden. For more, visit hbo.com/boxing. Pacquiao versus Bradley has been brought to you by Cerveza Tecate, con Carácter, and by PlayStation. PlayStation 4, greatness awaits. Live at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. Finally, tune in to ESPN Deportes for full fight coverage with Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Jorge Eduardo Sanchez, David Feidelson, and Bernardo Osuna. Sports Center, followed by Golpe a Golpe, immediately following this telecast. Wait a minute. Don't touch the remote. Before we leave you tonight, we've been telling you all night, coming up on June 7, great attraction from Madison Square Garden, Sergio Martinez defending his legitimate middleweight championship of the world against the pride of Puerto Rico, Miguel Cotto. We're going to give you a tasty little preview of their face-off with Max Kellerman right now.
Hi, Max. Good to see you, Jim. Good to see you. I was wondering if we were going to get a handshake.
Yeah, why not?
Because all week we've all been reading insults, especially from you towards him. He's a diva. How is he a diva?
Más que aceptado, me da igual. El haber escuchado las peticiones rozan lo absurdo. Lo del Rincón Rojo, lo de ser presentado último en el ring. Y una serie de cosas más, que si eso no son caprichos de diva, pues explícame cómo se llama entonces.
You know what? I was in the same position twice, and I understood what was my position.
The position against Mayweather and Pacquiao?
Yeah, I understood.
That you were the B-side to their A-side?
I was the B-side in these occasions.
And so in this case, the champion is the B-side?
The same as when I was the champion, the same.
I read comments this week where you were talking about you're really going to beat him up. He's not going to make it out of the 9th round. Are you predicting a knockout in this fight before the 9th round?
La pelea no pasa del 9º asalto y gano por nocaut. Seguro.
Are you predicting a knockout?
No, I'm going to do my best. If he prepares himself just for 9 rounds, he has to remember after 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Is there anything you want to tell Miguel Cotto?
Que se prepare como se va a preparar y que te prepares porque yo también me voy a preparar muy duro.
Difiero de ello, pero haz tu campamento de la mejor manera que puedas. Yo haré el mío de igual manera.
And we remind you, June 7, Madison Square Garden, two truly great fighters, both of them looking for the crowning achievement of their career as they get ready to contest Martinez's middleweight championship, Miguel Cotto versus Sergio Martinez. So that's it from the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas for entire HBO crew, everybody who works with me, including Max and Roy. Thanks very much for being with us, and we'll see you next time.